Welcome back, guys. I know as summer's quickly approaching, many of you guys are considering getting an inflatable boat. So in this video, I'll be detailing some key considerations to think about to see if it's right for you. So we'll be going over setup and storage, how long it takes to set this thing up. So also we'll be going over the engine requirements, what size engine you're going to look at, how much this is going to cost you. We're going to be doing a top speed test with my 15 horse Johnson. This is a 2-stroke engine, 1989. I will say that this boat is not rated for 15 horsepower, but we're going to send it anyway. Also, I'll be going over my experience and seeing if who's this right for. Is this right for people who want to do some fishing, people who just want to go out and have some fun? And last but not least, we'll go over some modifications, some homemade engineering modifications that I made that make this way easier and more fun of an experience. So if you guys are new to this channel, what we do is we do a lot of homemade engineering builds between the go-kart, dune buggy, mini bike. We also have this boat now, so you guys want to subscribe for more. Also drop a like if you guys are excited for this top speed test. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so I just took out the Bris Kaboat. It's in the back. So here we are inflating it using a little pump we got here out of the truck. So if you're like me and wanted a boat but did not want to make a terrible financial decision early in their life just by having a boat, or maybe you don't have the space, also like me, living in an apartment, an inflatable boat is a good option. Now there are tons of options out on Amazon, also you can find them on Walmart, or just all over the internet in general. But I think if you want to be going on a lake or an ocean, you're going to want to be going with a beefier model. I personally went with the Bris kayak boat, so this is called a Kaboat for short. This is 14.1 foot, and you could get this on Amazon for $600. It's currently sold out. Last year they just had incredible demand. I was one of these people who was just stuck, not knowing what to do. I really wanted a boat. I pulled the trigger, had that stimmy money. Now, although the inflatable boat is $600, this does not include the engine. It only is going to come with some paddle oars, which is not what you want on a big lake or ocean. So I'll get into how to find a good engine deal later on in the video. But this is going to be roughly a few $100s extra, but it's going to add a lot more fun to your experience on the kayak boat. Start to finish setting it up, it took me 35 minutes, including putting on the dinghy top, one-man operation here for today. But let's get out there, a little choppy. We got some wakeboard action out here. About to go to Sail Bay. We got the engine warming up. We got a Johnson 15 on here. This boat is rated for 8. I don't open up the Johnson with all 15. Now this is definitely a lie. I definitely open it up, and I will be doing that top speed test in this video, so you guys will see that happen firsthand here. But I definitely do not cruise at those speeds. It is pretty crazy. You guys will see exactly what speed it is using the speedometer app that I have. But since you're so close to the water, any speed that you're actually feeling feels about twice as fast, just because you're right on top of the water, and it's pretty surreal. You're bouncing around. So in terms of a fun experience, this thing is wild. There you go. We're at like quarter throttle here. Speaking a little loud. But we're at with the 15 quarter sailing. It's pretty windy out, so I'm picking up a lot of air. So now we're going, but you can tell the front's really picking up air. So need some more weight up there to really gun it, especially on a windy day. But this thing moves really well. This is quarter throttle trolling, no problem here. So for the engine recommendation, I would say go from anywhere from 5 all the way up to 9.9 horsepower. Now you can go with the 15 horse like me. Now this is going to be a little bit heavier of a setup, and I don't think it's absolutely necessary. You could go with 9.9 horsepower and probably just have as much fun. And the manufacturer's recommendation is a max of 8 horsepower, so I'm not sure what the wear and tear is going to be over the long term of using a higher displacement engine. But anyway, the fun factor on 15 horse, if you could snag one, maybe do it. But definitely I would say 9.9 is definitely probably the max that most people want to do. Downloaded the speed test app, or like speedometer app, whatever. Had it like 3/4 throttle. Also guys, I'm not sure if you've seen it or not, but we just launched to the Etsy store new shirt here in the stew for everyone who is creating videos out there, music, any kind of content, cooking up their own special sauce in the stew. Check it out. Plugging it up myself. I didn't really intend to try to make any money with it. I did put it on the store just in case anyone else wanted it. I thought it was a really cool design. Got a bunch of veggies, cooking up some in a band in the stew. So just fun, good times. Check it out if you guys want. If not, don't. I'll show you guys kind of what that looks like. Alright, so we're just warming up here. Alright, now we're moving, baby, right? Now we're moving, baby. Woohoo! Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god, this thing's a riot. So I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty disappointed when I first looked at my phone and only saw 13, 14 miles an hour. I thought we were going at least over 20. I was convinced just because of how surreal the experience is. So when you're in your car and you're going 80, you barely could tell. But when you're bouncing across the ocean, just going from side to side, holding onto the back of the engine, and it is such a crazy experience. And you're just inches off the water, so you could say you're pretty much in the water actually, since you're that close. So it's just a crazy experience. Let's run it up again. So clearly this isn't a speedboat as we're topping out at 14 miles an hour here, but I gotta say in the fun factor, it is a 5 out of 5. Maybe in the speed factor, you're only getting it like a 2 out of 5. But for how fun this is and for the price and the versatility of it, I was super impressed with this Kaboat. Alright, so we know it's fun to throw around at max throttle. That's a hoot and a holler. But is this really a good option for fishermen? I know a lot of you guys might be considering inflatable boats to get on the water, do some fishing. Where there's bass, there's ass. Is that what it is? Oh, where there's grass, there's bass. And just to show you guys, I am fishing right off the sidewall, feet in the water. Not exactly reeling them in, but we're trying. But sitting on the sidewall, I am over 200 pounds. This thing is just not leaning over at all. It's totally fine. Pretty nice. Maybe a little splashy noise. Probably not good for the fish. I don't know. We are figuring things out here. Just another update here. So fishing, I was moving around in the boat, standing up, fell in, lost my sunglasses. So if you're looking to fish from this standing up, especially in the ocean, I'm in the bay, but if you have, you know, water that's moving the way this is, it's going to be really difficult to fish standing up with the air floor. You could put a more solid floor in, like a wood floor. I'm not really leaning towards doing that just yet. But like the airflow is good, you just can't stand up on it really. It doesn't really provide that level of stability with current like this. But anyway, RIP to my sunglasses. Put the pole up for a little bit. Yeah, I'm floating around in the water. We have the bikini tops on, and we are just hanging out here. Absolutely beautiful day. Now, if you're like me and you're not really into fishing, fishing is pretty much secondary to going on the water just to relax and hang out, then this is a really good option for you for $600. Something that you could fit in the back of your trunk in most trucks. Some cars as well with the engine might get a little bit confusing depending on how big of an engine you do. With me, you knew we had to add on the XS, throw on the 15 horse, double whatever this thing is rated for. We're beached. Time to put everything away. Now here's one of the most important mods I think you can make to an inflatable boat is adding on the launching wheels. Now this had to be a custom design for me due to the size of my engine, which is a little bit scary since I'm drilling holes into the hull of an inflatable boat. But nonetheless, once we were done, this added so much simplicity and ease. You're not having to drag the inflatable boat around, which could risk a puncture. Also, you're not having to carry it above your head. And believe it or not, although it is an inflatable boat, it is pretty freaking heavy. So now that I could set it up right by my car, blow it up, throw the engine on, and just wheel it over, this is a blessing. Now I will mention there are some cons with the Kaboat, If you're planning on not getting wet and you want this to be more of a real boat experience, that's not what you're going to get here. This is kind of the cheaper end. This is the cheaper alternative. This isn't a $20,000, you know, deck boat or, you know, a nice fun wakeboarding boat. This is a $600 inflatable boat on Amazon that you can take out into the ocean and feel pretty comfortable on. That's it for this video. If you want to see more Kaboat content, make sure to leave a comment below. I could go in through those launching wheels and setting that up, our custom engineering design. Also, if you're interested in mini bike content, go-kart content, we got plenty of that here. I actually just picked up my new Honda 600 XR, which will be coming to the channel real soon. Also, I'll be getting back on that go-kart, setting up the brakes, the one that almost ran me over. And we also have a new mini bike on the way. So tons of content. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.